Okay, well, I'm Gavin from GetYourRockOut. I'm here at the O2 Academy in Birmingham with Gabe from American Fangs. Welcome to the UK.
Pleasure to be here. I'm so happy to be here every day. I can't even sleep. I can't sleep. I physically can't sleep, and I don't know if that's jet lag. I'm just excited. Like everywhere, I'm just like, and they keep pumping me full of coffee. So.
Really? Well, that will help, won't it, basically, yeah. So obviously we're now on, what, the third date of the tour so far?
Correct.
I think you've done Glasgow? No, not Glasgow.
Not yet. We've done Portsmouth and Sheffield.
Oh, really? And how's the response been so far?
Wonderful.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
absolutely. I don't know if any people see it coming. Our band, we're the opener, typically the opener for any, the misconception is that they're going to be terrible. So,
I think the opener is the one to set the standard. I think they have to work harder than everyone else. I think. Really.
Absolutely. And we carry that flag proudly. We in the States we open all year. We've been opening when we've been on tour, and it's something that to kick off the headliners tour. We're proud and very eager to be strong.
Cool. Well, obviously one thing I've noticed. Been reading up on is obviously you have just in this last year have been on tour with so many different bands and really quite a variety, haven't you? Metal bands, punk bands.
Yeah.
I mean, it must be good to be able to relate to several different audiences.
Yes, it is nice. I think some people would disagree, your industry types, because in the States they want you to have a lane, like this is where you belong, this is the market, and we've been fortunate enough to come out and they don't really know where to put it, or to put us. So we get to tour with all of our favorite artists, and it's still undetermined where we belong, but I don't think we're really worried about it.
That's incredible. I mean, that's really what you want. Really.
Yeah, absolutely.
So obviously the name American Fangs. I was lucky enough to obviously review your EP recently. And I didn't know what to expect, honestly. God, so can you check this out? And I was blown away. But the one thing that didn't come to mind was American Fangs. I didn't sit there and think, wow, what an apt name. Where did it come from?
I long ago, recording in a room with neighbors, one of good friends, I was like, oh, this would be cool if we call the band the Fangs, or Fangs. And the name was taken. And as the group of us got together, we started to try to figure out what that was. And a lot of the writing at the time was American pop culture, making fun of it, trying to really, be obnoxious about the way that American culture was. And we were like, let's do American Fangs. And that's what and I honestly, after months, I hated the name. Sometimes,
oh, really?
Yeah, I was just like, why can't it just be Fangs? I think there's too many letters in it, but
it's just stuck though.
Yeah, it's stuck and it works, and
to be fair, it's not one you forget easily. To be fair, I mean, I think it's a good choice, really. So obviously, again, listening to the EP, you've got quite. We've touched on already. You've got a very unique sound. You don't really follow any trends. Now, was that an intentional effort? Is that purely, obviously, the five of you?
Correct.
Obviously, melding together, and this is the product of that.
You're right.
Is that the case, or is it something that you actively thought to do?
No, we didn't think about it until after the fact. We wrote a lot of songs, and because we didn't have any strings attached, we had no management, we had no label. There was no one saying, this is how you do this is how you do this. So we were able to say, hey, today I want to write the fastest 1-minute song ever. Or today I wrote a ballad, and we would play all these songs, and people hated it, like playing it live, because it was kind of musical whiplash. But once we figured out that we kind of zigzag out of those things, we're like, well, that's comfortable to us, and as long as it's catchy and fun for us to sing, and people believe that's what we believe, and I think it translates appropriately.
I can sort of see your point. You do what you do, you be true to what you do,
right.
And you hope that people catch on.
Yeah, I can imagine writing a song that is, just right down the center. Here's my version of a Taylor Swift song, and that would be strange. It would be out of character. It would be unfamiliar for a band like us to do so.
Okay, fantastic. So, one thing I do notice, although maybe not so much lyrically, but obviously musically, it's a very, very positive vibe. Again, is this just the culture that obviously you guys come from over in the States? Is it like a local thing?
I think there was a time when there was a lot of more anarchy and more darkness to what we were doing, but that was always more of a comedic sense. We were trying to again, we were making fun of this is dark, and it was humorous, but when we started to take it seriously, we were like, we want to bring a good light, but that still has an edge. So, musically, because we love metal, everybody has a dark place. And if we
wouldn't say you were metal, would you? I mean,
no, but that's a misconception. If you read American Fangs, people would typically go, maybe that's a metal band. Or if we have a metal logo that says American Fangs and it looks like it would be metal, that's the eyes seeing that, telling the brand that's probably a metal band, when really we're kind of just very loud, very sweaty.
Definitely.
So I think we try to keep that together because we are positive people, and we want to share that and still make it fun. And there's messages in there, but not to exclude darkness, but we're trying to bring a good light to what we do.
Brilliant. I'd like to talk obviously about the EP that you just released. If I pronounce it, Pomona. If I read this right, this is a UK release.
Correct.
Exclusive to UK release.
Yes.
So what was the background behind that? Because obviously I know you have released an album in the States.
Right.
But obviously you decided to put in an EP out over here. Obviously ahead of you guys coming on tour with Papa Roach.
Yeah.
It's brilliant, by the way.
Thank you.
What was the background behind that?
We those songs, some of them are previously recorded, some of our earlier stuff, but songs that never got to really see the light of day because we released it ourselves. We recorded it in our house together. We all lived together. We recorded this music, and it turned out to be something that I think releasing in the UK was a way to kind of start fresh and say this is what this band is, because we still play those songs, but they're not on our full length record. We re-recorded them, but in their natural state, the way we originally recorded them, they're way better. They just are.
Oh, really? Right, fantastic. So, I mean, are you going to release the album in the UK?
I hope so.
Excellent,
I hope we can release it. I hope we can do another album specifically for the UK. I got here. I had my mindset that I wasn't going to go home. That's just because I maybe it's just it's not a possessive thing, but I don't want this to kind of end,
Okay.
This is like the beginning for us. We spent the whole year touring in the States, and we're ending our year here. None of us have ever been here. It's just like a blessing, a gift in itself to travel this way. Like it's very meaningful. It's a very significant point in all of our lives,
Absolutely fantastic. So obviously, obviously you've only been there for a couple of days. Have there been any highlights? What's the UK crowd been like?
Well, first of all, this is probably going to sound easy, but the accents, they're so attractive. Attractive to all of us. We're greatly attracted to it, male or female. We're just like, wow. The landscape is beautiful, and we're kind of easy to please as individuals because we're minimalists. Just. Our agent took us out the first night, and we just walked around and walked around, and it felt like we were on a movie set. That's how unreal it felt.
Really?
That's how we're fish out of water. And it feels it's nice. Everyone is extra polite, kind of giving us a run for our money as far as in America. We're from Texas, so in the South, they're like Southern hospitality is a thing. Everyone in Texas is really nice, but honestly, I think the UK has it beat out because everyone.
There's a stereotype to the English, isn't there? Basically.
Yeah, but it's a great stereotype. It's wonderful. Like, and that's so nice. But again, the landscape is just exhilarating to just soak in. There's no sun. We haven't seen a lot of sunlight. It's pretty overcast.
It's just time of year.
So it's just the weather's nice. It's cool. Where we are, it's always hot. you know, on top of meeting the Papa Roach guys for the first time as well, like, and having them treat us like family the day one is very, very remarkable.
Fantastic, fantastic. So obviously we've got the tour. Obviously now with Papa Roach. What is set for 2014 for American
2014.
Fangs?
Honestly, we were shooting for the unexpected, but we were really, really hoping that these dates would breed more dates.
Okay.
We would love to be on tour, like the Kerrang tour, you know,
okay,
like Limp Bizkit and Crossfade, you know, like we would love, because we love those bands. But we would like to be. We're always wanting to just tour. That's kind of where the magic happens for us, and hopefully we can release the full length here. You know, if not, record a whole new one. I mean.
Just for the UK.
Yeah. I mean, why not? We have tons of music. We have so much music on deck that, you know, we have had yet to release.
Okay, well, do you know what? Brilliant. Thank you very, very much for taking the time to speak to us.
Hey, absolutely.
And I wish you good luck tonight. I'm very much looking forward to it, and obviously for the rest of the tour. And hopefully we'll see you back here again in 2014.
It would be our pleasure to come back.
All right, brilliant. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.